welcome to Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and today we're going to start our mini sew-along for Stand With the Ukraine. When we're filming this in 2022, March, there is a very sad event happening in Europe. And we would like to make our stand with the Ukraine and show you a new little sew-along. Now, when I did this sew-along on when I sewed it all together, it only took me an afternoon. But we're going to show you block A, block B, and then how to sew it together. So today, we're doing block A. Come on a little closer, I'll show you how to get this done. Okay, so all the cutting instructions are going to be in the description notes below, but basically I'm going to lay out my 6.5 by 3.5 inch blue block and a 6.5 by 2.5. You need two of them for this. Then you're going to go with a 2.5 by 7.5 that way, right? That goes across. And then we're going to change this one up by doing this. Now that doesn't look like it's all going to fit together, does it? Because it's all, these last four ones that go all the way around are 2 inch by 10.5 inch. Now this is going to create a rectangle, so in case you're wondering what's happened here, but we'll start sewing. We start in the middle, and basically we run through our little piecing. Here, let me find my foot pedal. And when I was doing this quilt, I actually was able to sew it all in one afternoon. And it came together very quickly. I was very, very impressed how fast this came together. There, and I have just finger pressed them open like that. So I'll get my other piece, you put it back and you see what's your next piece. That's always a good idea. I'm going to move all this over, so I suppose it's out of... Okay, so now basically you're making... my foot fell off, oh no. My foot falls off occasionally on this machine because of vibration, right? Because it's being vibrated so much that the screw eventually gets loose. So I guess you could say my foot falls off because I have a screw loose. Anyways, so now we're just going to sew the top and bottom. I'm just going to finger press it back. Yes, finger pressing is my favorite way of doing things. We're going to put this across like so. And this is a great way to use up bits and bobs of jelly rolls. Like I had a bunch of this stuff kicking around here, and I thought, no, we're gonna use all of this up. So here we go. We want to make sure those seams don't flip the wrong way. Like I'm not pressing to the dark, I guess. I am pressing to the least resistance. So this becomes very fast. Now, with this block, you make 10 of these. So you would sit and sew all 10 at once, right? And you'd be able to chain piece and, take, a good idea as to where you are. I have just flipped this over because it worked for me that way. It was handy to flip it over. Not that you sew it upside down or... This comes together, like I say, in an afternoon. By the time I was done my cutting, I had all my pieces pretty much sewn together. Okay, so now, there we go. So now we're going to bring back all those pieces we're going to put on here. And we're going to put on the sides first, right? So, now, there we go. And I want to make sure that that's right length and fits good and not to flip my seam. So basically you're going over the seam. The reason this is a 2 inch, you'll find out when we get to part 3 why this was a good idea to have it as a 2 inch strip. It's kind of a mystery quilt too, right? Because you're not sure what this thing is going to look like when you're done, but it's going to be fun. It is going to be a fun, colorful quilt. And I did find myself coming up a little short with good yellows. So I've got some orangey or yellowy orange as well in there. Because, I mean, I'm sewing for my stash. I didn't go to the... I'm sewing for my cut pieces, actually, my jelly rolls and my 2.5-inch strip bin and 2-inch strip bin. Actually, this design, you could take and put anything towards it. Like, you could make it totally scrappy if you chose. And now we start on the top and bottom. Okay, and we finger press these open, just like so. You could... I did iron them before I put them together, so now I'm going to put it together like that. And I also add a lot of gold in here too, because that's what it was in my stash. There's a bunch of links right now to UNICEF. Pat Sloan has got a UNICEF link I'm going to put in the show notes below. Gudrun from GE Designs has also got different links to help the people in the Ukraine. And this is pretty much everybody's kind of, you know, putting in their 2 cents. And this is a free pattern, but I do ask that if you're going to use this as a free pattern, that you make a contribution to UNICEF or something to help those people over there in the Ukraine. So, I mean, I'm not going to get into all the politics of it. I find the situation very emotional. Let's put it that way. You know. Anyway, so here we go. Now, you give it a good press, and with an iron, and make sure the block now lays at 10.5 by 13.5. Okay, and that's all it takes so far. So here's our block A for the Stand with the Ukraine quilt along. It's a mini series. There's only going to be 3 parts to it, but these blocks come together so very quickly, and it's kind of a modern look. It's going to be a modern looking quilt with very traditional courthouse steps. So come on and join us next week. We are going to start with, we're going to do block B, and it's going to be a lot of fun too. So I hope you have a blissful week. And remember, this is a free pattern. If you use it, we would love you to make a donation to help those people in the Ukraine. So you have an awesome, awesome week. Bye! Thank you for watching our video today. We are just overjoyed with how our channel has grown. And we would like you to share, like, and subscribe these videos with your friends and other people. This is one of the quilts that we are considering at this time to do a sew along for. It is a crazy original scrappy design that was made with too much coffee and too many granola bars, and it's a lot of fun to do, and it is a really good scrap buster. So share, like, subscribe, tell your friends about us. Our plan for 2022 is 2 different sew-alongs for sure, and 2 different case studies. And we're going to do try and do a thing on grouping on strings and crumbs, and then another one on curves. So we've got rather an ambitious 2022 planned for you here. So, like I say, I hope you come back. Have a great week ahead, and we'll talk to you later. Bye!